What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to make it real easy, just give you 6 tips and exercises on how to get a bigger and better chest. Let's jump right into it.
So first up, we have the decline dumbbell press. So I decided to include this as having a lower developed chest, creates a larger, fuller chest, and having that dip in between the abs definitely accentuates that. Also, for the guys with gyno, that man titty, definitely developing that lower chest allows you to not show off that as much. So next up is the Incline Dumbbell Fly. So I included this one as it gives you the best of both worlds from the fly and the chest press. It targets that upper chest and it gives you a large contraction at the top of the movement, and at the bottom allowing yourself to give that large stretch will get you the most out of that movement. For the third exercise, guys, I've got the cable chest press. So this is a really good movement as it creates mechanical tension throughout the whole lift. By having that down force even at the top of the movement, you create pressure on your chest muscle that you wouldn't otherwise get when you have dumbbells or even a barbell above your center of gravity. Allowing the cables to come down and create that stretch through your chest, holding that mechanical tension will give you a really nice contraction.
Hey guys, so I showed you the 3 exercises. Now I'm going to show you 3 tips on how to better improve your chest day. So I'm going to start with the first one. Let's get into it.
So the first tip I decided to include, something that I noticed when people do their flies, they stand way too close to the actual cable machine, and what that does is it doesn't allow them to get the full range of motion, and you'll find that the actual cables prematurely stop before you're able to get a large stretch throughout your chest. So you can stop that by actually moving further forward. You allow the cables to come further back, and you allow that to then create a larger stretch, so that when you then end up doing your eccentric phase of the movement and creating that contraction at the end, you actually break down the muscle fibers a lot more otherwise. So the second tip I've included is to do with the bench press. So people might actually have their grip too narrow, and what that does is that it puts a lot of unnecessary tension within your elbow and actually doesn't isolate your chest. You actually use your tricep, and we don't want this from a lift because we're using our energy not towards the muscle we're trying to grow, and therefore we're not able to get as many reps out as we could potentially get. So that's why we definitely want to have a wider grip that allows you to then isolate your chest. So the third tip isn't necessary, but it's definitely useful, is having wrist wraps. So the reason why I'd recommend using wrist wraps whenever you do your chest day or even shoulder day is that our muscles use glycogen and ATP and oxygen for our energy source. And so when we hold a barbell, we're not just using our chest, we're actually using other auxiliary muscles like our forearms to be able to hold that bar in a comfortable position. And so when we do this, we're actually using our glycogen and oxygen to actually hold these forearm muscles in place. And so by having wrist wraps, we can actually eliminate the energy that would be going to the forearms, and we can actually isolate it to the chest. And what that means is that we're actually able to get potential more reps out. And so that means that we're then able to break down the muscle fibers more and actually get more out of our chest day.
Hey guys, so if you got any value out of that video, definitely like and subscribe. I know it was a short video, but considering it's just my first video on the channel, I want to make it short and easy. Look, I've got a lot of different content coming out, so stay tuned. Cheers.